Welcome back, Deltaruners. It's been a good year since chapters 3 and 4, and my last Deltarune video. In that video, I managed to predict a few things, such as the role of determination, importance of glass, and the roaring night in chapter 3. Other topics were either unaddressed or completely wrong, so let's just forget those, okay? This time, the theories here have an Undertale focus, but I've squeezed in a few chapter 5 predictions there as well. So, let's get started. Do you remember Papyrus? Do you remember his battle body? And do you remember how he supposedly wears it while showering? Now, do you remember the shower? I bet you don't. Because there is none. You can go into the brother's house and explore every room and not find a single shower. What is the reason for this apparent continuity error? Let me bring in the last room within the house. The room in the center of countless theories. The room that has been fueling the mental illness of preteens for over an entire decade. Sansa's secret room. Do you feel sick yet? Is the nausea beginning to set in yet? Is it getting hard to breathe? You might have an idea of what I'm about to say. Maybe because it was in the
freaking
thumbnail. But if you haven't caught on yet, let me be clear. This is not a secret laboratory. This is a bathroom. You can see the bathroom tiling, the soothing Nepal blue walls, and a spacious counter. The sink is most likely just covered by the blueprints. Oh yeah, the blueprints. They are for repairing the shower. What shower? The shower right there, covered by a shower curtain. You can even see what could be the shower head. While the device is not immediately obvious as a shower, it's only ever described as a broken and strange machine, possibly mangled to a shape hard to recognize. Perhaps there was an unfortunate incident while trying to fix it, thanks to the instructions written with illegible handwriting. Sam is clearly heartbroken, having lost all faith of ever going back to a life where their house had a functional shower. All he has now are the pictures of all the happy, clean people that once had used his shower. Oh, you're still not convinced? There's one more piece to the puzzle, a song often associated with Sam's, one that is playing in this very room. It's raining somewhere else. That's because the shower is broken. It can't be raining here. Have I made you question your deepest beliefs? Do you feel the years of confirmation bias turning into ash under your fingertips? Can you feel the rot seeping into your brain, never letting go? Good. Now you feel like how I feel. Let's move on. This is one of the most obscure things I could ever bring up, but I hope you Deltaruners and Undertalers are in this so deep you have at least some idea what I'm talking about. There is a cut horse stable that was supposed to be located in Bluke Acres, where Napstabluke's home and the snail farm are located. Some people have managed to put the crude and finished stable into the game in some form. This encounter involves a mysterious sprite appearing inside the box-like stable. It seems the sprite talks in Wingdings, and if you manage to find a key to enter the stable, you can find it only saying, "Redacted." It is theorized that this, redacted, is Gaster, or Grandpa Semi, or Grandma Deranged, or Uncle Impact, or whoever else, but today I'm here to give you the most obvious answer. It's just a horse. Look at the sprite. Here's a comparison to an existing silhouette of a horse. Toby might have been trying to scribble something similar. The wingdings could be there, because it's unfinished, and fonts may be improperly assigned. This isn't Gaster. Get
fucking
real. Now that we have my waterproof theories out of the way, let's cap the video off with some cheap predictions. Let's begin. The goals of the Bunker Gang aren't just to find Des or do Gaster-related stuff. It's a full-blown doomsday cult with a plan for the entire hometown. We know the roaring is coming, characterized as a flood. Like the biblical flood, in the story of Noah's Ark, which saves the chosen few. The soul has been called an ark by the lyrics of Raise Up Your Dad. This would probably work like how the soul protects the gang at the climax of chapter 4. But there is another part to it as well. The shelter seems to be the base of operations for the night, and also a place where the town should evacuate during a disaster. So the plan is to herd the town into the shelter after the roaring begins. But what comes after the roaring? When the flood recedes, there will be a new future, one that Gaster has spoken of. He is involved, because he wants to realize that future. I also need to note that this plan may involve a festival. Perhaps the timing is intentional, and they are using the festival to gather monsters together. If some of them have left the town, like Asriel, the festival may be a tool to lure them back. The plan to gather the monsters may also be why they are kidnapping people. Their targets are either people who could likely try to stop the roaring, or not be willing to evacuate to the shelter. Toriel may be an especially important target due to Asgore's close involvement. The plan could also extend to dead people. Perhaps Alvin moved his father's hammer to his office as a part of a plan. The knight would create a dark fountain. Jerson would be given a shadow crystal, which he was probably supposed to use to leave the dark world or something. The jury's still out on what those crystals are capable of. Also, as a little aside, I'm going all in on Rudy Knight. He's not the knight in spite of his illness, but because of it. Remember the enemies in the dark at the beginning of the church dark world? Those were Titan spawns well before the second fountain was created. So, where did they come from? The knight shares visual motifs with the Titan. I suggest the knight is a Titan, but a very unusual one. The fact that fountains are made with blades seems to raise the question, what if instead of the earth, you stabbed a person? I think Rudy may be the answer. Being a mix of a Titan and a Lightner would explain why he's so powerful in the dark. In the light world he'd be a normal person with a dark world inside of them, which I wouldn't imagine would be too healthy. This dark world could even have physical space inside of it. Perhaps that's where Toriel would have gone if the knight had successfully taken her. If so, we might be able to explore it as well. Being able to explore Knight Rudy's memories would be one hell of a flashback sequence. Alright, that's all I have this time. I'll start thinking about the next video once we hear more about how the future chapters will be released. I wish you all a happy chapter 5.